Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to take a look at another RTX 5090 and do an unboxing. So let's take a look at what we got. Packaging. And more packaging. Alright, get it all out of the way. And what we have here is a Aorus Xtreme GeForce RTX 5090. This is the Waterforce edition, so it is water cooled. 32 gigabytes, 4 years warranty. And it's the back of it. So this is similar to the Asus water cooled one. You guys saw me do a video on a couple of days ago. This one, the box is not. Doesn't look like it went through a war zone. If you don't know what I mean, go look at the Asus unboxing. And you can make your jokes about how that one looked like it literally came from a war zone. But anyway, right here, what do we have? So let's see what we have inside of here. Looks like warranty paperwork, stickers, gigabyte, the graphics card guide, quick guide, okay. We'll set that to the side. And then we come inside to the real deal. What do we have here? Looks like you have another sticker for your case or such. Probably never use that. Then we come back and we get to the real deal. Before we get to that, accessories, you get your power adapters if you don't have a power adapter for your GPU. If you don't have a 12-volt high power connection, they give you this adapter. I won't use this because I have my power supply has that already built in, so I'll be using that cable. And we have right here the GPU that is sealed up quite nicely. So let's get this opened up. Without causing any damage, hopefully. Okay, so let's just take a quick look there. If you can see, that is the GPU, water block installed. It does have some plastic film over the top for protection. On the top here, we have the logo, power adapter there. And on the back, you have more plastic protection on both sides, and obviously the back side of the GPU. Okay, so I'll take that off in a second. One last look on this side right here. You got your display ports and your HDMI connections right there. So that looks good. And then coming on around, we will take this out, which is the actual rad 360. Standard stuff, nothing special. Take a quick look at the fins. I'm not seeing any damage to them. That's good. For those who like to ask, those are just standard screws there. So if you needed to rearrange them, you could, and replace them with your own if you needed to. Okay. All right. So that being said, we are going to take off this plastic film and then get this installed into the PC. Okay, looks like there's one piece there. And we got one piece here on the back. I know some people like to see the wrap being taken off. So there you go. Okay, and I'm not seeing any more plastic wrap. And then you got your cover down here. And then we got some down here we need to remove. Okay, so all of those are removed. I think we're ready to get it installed. One thing I will point out is a big difference between this model and the Asus 5090 liquid cooled is that if you notice here, the plugs, the water inlet and outlet are on the side of this card versus on the Asus model, they were up top. One reason that may matter to those who are looking at getting a all-in-one water cooler, if you do not have a large case, if you were to get to a Asus model, those inlet and outlets that come out at the top could prove troublesome if you have a smaller side case. So just bear in mind if you're going to look at either one of these GPUs, the Asus one's coming out at the top, so small cases would struggle with that. This one right here coming on the side, a little easier because you have more width generally with more cases with the length. So keep that in mind if that is one of your deciding factors. Alrighty, that being said, let's go ahead and get both of these installed into the PC. Okay, everyone, so we got the video card installed. Everything is inside. Once again, this is the Corsair half, so it's a huge case. Like we said in the other video, this is 48 gigs DDR5 RAM. This CPU is a X9800 X3D AMD CPU. So got fans at the top, fans on the side, fans at the top for the all-in-one CPU cooler. Obviously, the point of this is we're installing the GPU. There we go. All right, so let's get it powered up, get a driver update or two, and then try some benchmarks. Here we go. Oh, and just as a note, for those who are talking about the GPU in the Asus video, I do have it at the bottom for this one. We'll see if that makes any difference or not. But just there you go. All right, let's get started. Okay, we got the new GPU, the 5090, installed. And the very first thing I did after getting the drivers updated is went to go see if I had all my ROPs, because I had some drama with the Asus with the gigabyte, all 176 there that we're supposed to have. Thank goodness, drama is over. So we got the card installed. So just a look. So these are the, when I do the benchmarks, everything is going to be on stock settings. So I'm not going to adjust anything, just out of the box. And then we'll come back and do overclocking and stuff like that later. But those are all of the stock settings and everything else. Just out of the box, plugged in. So there you go. When I do the capture for the video, sometimes it's hard to see these small values here. So I just wanted to do a quick interlude before I started the benchmarking so you can see those values. People always like to find out the GPU temperature. So there's the resting temperature right there. Just out of the box, just install. So there you go. And like I said, for the settings, that's still all stock. So memory, power limit, and the stock clock that came with the card. Okay, there we go. So like I said, the most important thing before I even got started, I wanted to ensure that I was not going to be dealing with any of the missing ROP issues. So glad to see that. Okay, let's get the benchmarks and get that going. All right, let's start off the benchmarks. We'll start off with 3D Mark Speedway default settings. All right, next up is still Nomad. And Port Royal be the last 3D mark. Benchmark will do. Okay, let's get set up for the next run of test. Okay, we're gonna do the benchmark for the game Assassin's Creed Shadows. Let's take a quick look at the settings. So 4K, DLSS performance, frame gen is off. All of the settings on ultra high, or the highest setting that is available. All right, let's get started. Okay, 57 average, 37 min, 141 max. All right, let's move on to the next game. All right, this is gonna be the Black Myth Wukong benchmark. Let's go take a look at the settings. Frame gen is off. And everything is on the highest setting. All right, let's get started. Okay, average 54, maximum 64, minimum 45, and the same specs we looked at before. Okay, let's move on to the next game. All right, let's look at the benchmark for Cyberpunk 2077.
LCD の管轄外エリアに立ち入る際は常に防護マスクの着用をお勧めします。
Okay, average is 86.79, minimum 74, max is 98. All the settings are high, frame gen was off, performance, ray tracing on. All right, let's go on to the next game. Okay, let's do the last benchmark, which is going to be Monster Hunter Wilds on the 5090.
find a good spot, we can get things set up and ready to go. And then we can get started.
This is gonna be great.
You bet.
Yeah.
I hope we find them soon.
Look!
Active Prime!
Hi!
So many. They're exceptionally agitated. Could they be chasing something? It's a person!
Welcome. Please
Go ahead.
eat.
Help yourselves.
All right, so that's the end of the benchmark tests. That was Monster Hunter WoW. Average FPS is 107.82, which is not bad at all. Once again, that was with a 9800 X3D and a RTX 5090. And I know some people like to know about temperatures. So before we go, I will open this back up and see if I can show you. Current temperature is 49 Celsius and the average was 47, 48 Celsius. And that was running all of the benchmarks running back to back. So temp wise, everything looks good. Didn't get hot at all. And that was all on stock settings. So there you go. As always, if you have any questions about anything, please put a comment on the video and I will respond back as soon as I can. Thank you for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe, and I will talk to you all later. Peace.